When we think of a country's power, military might often comes to mind. Tanks, jets, massive armies. But what about nations that have little or no military at all? What does security look like for them? Today, we're exploring countries with the smallest or even non-existent armies and how they manage their defense. My name is Albert, and welcome to Unknown Facts. We'll break down 9 examples, examining their unique approaches to security and what it means for their citizens. If you're curious about unconventional paths to national strength, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. First up, we journey to Tuvalu, a nation that challenges conventional notions of security and defense. This is a tiny Pacific island nation, a scattering of atolls and reefs, home to just around 11,000 people. Imagine a place where community bonds are strong, and the rhythm of life is dictated by the ocean. With no army, navy, no imposing fleet of warships or air force, no roaring jets patrolling the skies, Tuvalu's security isn't about military might. It's primarily handled by its police force. These officers are the guardians of peace and order within their island nation. Their main asset, and perhaps their most significant symbol of sovereignty, a single patrol boat, the Temaitaili II, a vital gift from Australia, representing a partnership built on mutual respect and shared maritime interests. This vessel is tasked with patrolling vast territorial waters, a critical mission to combat illegal fishing, deter smuggling, and safeguard Tuvalu's precious marine resources. It's a big job for one small boat. This boat is their only military-style resource, effectively blurring the line between traditional policing duties and national defense responsibilities. It's a testament to their resourcefulness. Tuvalu's vulnerability is clear, a small island nation facing the immense challenges of a changing world. No tanks, jets, or battalions. They don't have the conventional tools of war. Instead, their security relies heavily on diplomacy, adherence to international law, and a commitment to peaceful resolutions. They foster strong ties with regional powers like Australia and New Zealand, nations that share a vested interest in the stability and security of the Pacific. For Tuvalu, national safety isn't about projecting military might, it's about nurturing community resilience, prioritizing resource protection, championing marine conservation, and building strong alliances. Their unique model is shaped by the necessities of their geography and the realities of their limited resources, forcing them to focus on what truly matters for their long-term survival and well-being. It's a fascinating case study in redefining what it means to be secure in the 21st century, challenging us to think beyond traditional military paradigms. No army, just a police force and a boat. Yet they endure, a testament to the power of community, diplomacy, and a deep connection to their island home. Their story sets the stage perfectly for the unique and often surprising approaches to national security that we'll explore next. Let's move on and discover more unconventional strategies around the globe. Next on our list, we journey to Central America, to Costa Rica. This small nation stands out on the world stage for a truly remarkable decision, a country that abolished its military in 1948. This bold move came about after a tumultuous period, specifically after a civil war that shook the nation to its core. The decision to disband the armed forces wasn't just a fleeting idea. The move was enshrined in their constitution, solidifying it as a fundamental principle of the nation. Instead of maintaining a standing army, the government made a conscious choice, redirecting military funds to education, investing in the future generations of Costa Ricans. Resources were also channeled into healthcare, ensuring the well-being of all citizens with accessible and quality medical services. And crucially, significant investment was directed towards the environment, preserving the country's rich biodiversity and natural resources. To maintain order and security, their public force handles law enforcement and border security, acting as the primary guardians of peace within the nation. But it's important to emphasize, this is not a military in the traditional sense. So, how does Costa Rica defend itself? Costa Rica's defense relies on international law, placing its faith in the global community and established legal frameworks. Diplomacy, engaging in peaceful negotiations and building strong relationships with other nations, and collective security pacts like the OAS, the Organization of American States, which provides a framework for mutual defense and cooperation, and the Rio Treaty, a reciprocal assistance agreement among countries of the Americas. The core idea is to invest in people, not weapons, prioritizing human development over military might. Of course, critics say it's risky, questioning the nation's ability to respond to external threats, but decades of remarkable stability and prosperity suggest otherwise, demonstrating the potential of this unique approach. Costa Rica's national identity is fundamentally built on peace and democracy, values that are deeply ingrained in its culture and institutions. They often refer to their educators as an army of teachers, highlighting the importance of education in shaping a peaceful and prosperous society. Their strength is not measured by military might, but by citizen well-being, focusing on the health, education, and overall quality of life for all. Not firepower, but brainpower and heart power. It's a bold model, a testament to the power of peace, that's worked remarkably well for over 70 years. 10. Now consider Iceland, a founding member of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This small island nation, strategically positioned in the North Atlantic, presents a unique case study in international security and defense policy. Remarkably, Iceland maintains no standing army. This isn't a recent development or a budgetary constraint. It's a long-standing policy rooted in the nation's history and geopolitical realities. Furthermore, Iceland possesses no navy, nor does it have an air force. This absence of traditional military forces sets Iceland apart from nearly all other nations, especially its NATO allies. Historically, Iceland's defense was primarily the responsibility of Denmark, with whom it shared a long period of union. Later, as geopolitical dynamics shifted, Iceland turned to the United States for its defense needs, particularly during the Cold War. During the Cold War, the U.S. maintained a major base at Keflavik, a strategically vital location for monitoring Soviet submarine activity in the North Atlantic. This base served as a cornerstone of Iceland's security for decades. But since its closure in 2006, Iceland's security is guaranteed through its membership in NATO, relying on the collective defense commitment of the alliance. Other NATO countries periodically deploy fighter jets to Iceland to conduct air policing missions, ensuring the integrity of Icelandic airspace. Domestically, the Icelandic National Police is responsible for maintaining law and order and internal security, and the Icelandic Coast Guard plays a crucial role in safeguarding the nation's maritime interests. The Coast Guard is well equipped for maritime surveillance, search and rescue operations, and the enforcement of maritime law within Iceland's exclusive economic zone. But despite its capabilities, the Coast Guard is fundamentally a civilian agency, and it's certainly not a navy in the traditional sense. Ultimately, Iceland's sovereignty and security are protected not by its own military might, but by a network of treaties and international alliances. Iceland chooses to rely on collective security rather than maintaining its own standing army. Their strategic location in the North Atlantic is arguably their greatest asset, ensuring continued international interest and investment in their security and stability. Iceland's model is clear: leverage alliances and international cooperation. Focus resources on other priorities like economic development, social welfare, and environmental protection. It's a paradox indeed, a key NATO member, strategically vital to the alliance. Yet, it has no army of its own. Yet remarkably, it works, demonstrating an alternative approach to national security in the 21st century. 13. Panama's story is shaped by its canal and its history with the U.S. After the U.S. invasion in 1989 to remove Noriega, Panama abolished its military in 1990. The Constitution now forbids a standing army, aiming to prevent future dictatorships. Security is managed by the Panamanian Public Forces, police, border, and aeronaval services. These are civilian-led, focused on law enforcement and border protection, not warfare. The U.S. remains a key security partner, especially for the canal's neutrality. Panama's demilitarization is both a safeguard for democracy and a practical response to its strategic reality. Their defense is rooted in treaties and international cooperation. No army but a secure canal and stable democracy. 10. Vatican City, world's smallest state nestled in Rome. No room or need for a conventional army. Its defense? The Swiss Guard, about 130 elite Swiss-trained men tasked with protecting the Pope. While ceremonial, they're highly trained in modern security and close protection. For actual defense, Vatican City relies on Italy's armed forces, as outlined in treaties. Italian police handle public order in St. Peter's Square. The Swiss Guard is the world's smallest army, focused on personal security, not national defense. Vatican's true protection comes from its spiritual status and its relationship with Italy. Its weakness is intentional. Security by diplomacy and tradition. Monaco, second smallest state, famed for luxury and wealth. Its military consists of two small units, the Prince's Carabineers for palace security and a military fire corps. Combined, they number just over 250, focused on ceremonial duties and emergencies. Monaco has no air force, navy, or heavy weapons. Its real security comes from France, which guarantees Monaco's independence and defense by treaty. In return, Monaco aligns its foreign policy with France. The arrangement lets Monaco focus on prosperity and security for its residents. The French military is the true shield behind Monaco's opulence. Outsourcing defense is a pragmatic choice for this microstate. 10. Liechtenstein, tiny, wealthy, and without an army since 1868. The army was disbanded as too costly, and the country has relied on neutrality and strong neighbors ever since. A famous tale, their last deployment returned with one extra man, an Italian friend. Security is handled by a modern police force. External threats are Switzerland's concern, thanks to a close informal agreement. Liechtenstein invests in its economy and neutrality, not military spending. Their model trust, integration, and prosperity without soldiers. It's worked for over 150 years, making them one of the world's richest nations per capita. No army, just smart alliances and economic focus. 10. Mauritius, an Indian Ocean paradise with no standing army. Since independence, it's prioritized economic development over military spending. All security is managed by the Mauritius Police Force, including specialized units like the Special Mobile Force and National Coast Guard. These units handle internal security, crisis response, and maritime patrols. They lack heavy weaponry and are not designed for warfare. Mauritius relies on strong diplomatic ties with major powers for external security. Its safety is linked to regional stability and international partnerships. The focus unity, prosperity, and smart alliances. 10. Samoa. No regular army, just a police force and a single patrol boat, the Nafanua II. Security is handled by the Samoa Police Service, with maritime patrols supported by Australia. Samoa's defense is anchored in a treaty of friendship with New Zealand, which promises military help if needed. This allows Samoa to focus on domestic priorities like development and climate resilience. Their model formal defense treaties and international cooperation. National strength is measured by community resilience and partnerships, not military might. It's a pragmatic approach for many Pacific nations. 9 countries, 9 unique stories, proving you don't need a massive army to be secure. Their strength comes from diplomacy, alliances, robust police forces, and investing in people. They've traded military hardware for prosperity, stability, and international influence. It's a reminder. National power isn't just about weapons but about smart choices and strong communities. If you enjoyed this deep dive, subscribe for more unknown facts and unique perspectives. Thanks for watching. See you next time.